Okay, guys, solving quadratic equations in factored form. Now, we're going to learn how to factor. Okay, we're not there just yet, but we're going to be learning how to factor. We're going to take trinomials and turn them back into binomials. You guys have been doing, like, for instance, hang on. For instance, this one right here, if we multiplied that out, we'd get x squared plus 5x minus 2x minus 10. And then we combine the like terms and I get x squared plus 3x minus 10 equals 0. Now, if I asked you to solve this, you would use the quadratic formula. A equals 1, B equals 3, and C equals negative 10. Okay? And you'd plug that into minus B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4AC all over 2A, and you'd get two numbers spit out at you. Okay? But sometimes we can do things a little bit faster. Okay? Now, like I said, we're going to learn how to see this and factor it back so that it looks like this problem. Okay? And that problem says x minus 2 times x plus 5 is equal to 0. And this can be solved very quickly. All right? But let me talk about something first. All right? I want to go back up to this, and I've kind of written over my stuff, but that's just too bad. A times B equals 0. If A times B equals 0, what do I know about A and or B? Paul?
One of them has to be 0.
One of them has to be 0. Okay? Now, think about this. This is A times B equals 0. Paul just told me if I have two things being multiplied together and they equal 0, one of them has to be 0. Okay, well, let's take them separately. X minus 2 equals 0, right? That means that x would have to be, oh, I'm sorry, add 2 to both sides. X would have to be 2. That's what makes this thing 0. Okay? For this one, you can probably see that x has to equal negative 5. I don't need to work it out, but that's the way I would. I would set it equal to 0 and then solve for the x to find out what makes it 0. So the solutions to this equation is 2, negative 5. I don't need to use the quadratic for that. Okay? It's much faster. If I have it in factored form, it's much faster to solve it this way. If I did the quadratic equation here, I don't know, should I do it? Yeah, sure, I'll do it. All right, minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. I better get this. All right, I'm working quickly here. b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Let's go fast, Mr. C. You're slowing down, old man. Get going. All right, b is 3, a is 1, and c is negative 10. All right, so that's going to give me negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 9 plus 40. Oh, teachers, look at that. Minus 3 plus or minus the square root of 49, perfect square over 2. So that's negative 3 plus 7 over 2 and negative 3 minus 7 over 2. So negative 3 plus 7 is 4 over 2. And negative 3 minus 7 is negative 10 over 2, and those both simplify to 2 and negative 5. Now, I did that pretty quickly, but this is a lot less work than that. All right? And I got the same thing. You can see. So if I can factor it, it's probably a lot faster to solve it that way in factored form than it is using the quadratic formula. Okay? All right. Good job, guys.